Hi folks, this is your MWIS Winter Planner updated on Friday evening the 23rd of February. We're looking at the longer range patterns through this video, and we've got some chilly weather and some snow in the forecast over the mountains at times during the week ahead. This is the freezing level chart, and starting off with this weekend, it's a fairly benign weather pattern with one or two snow showers around. We start off with a frost on Saturday morning, so near or below freezing point from lower elevations upwards. By the time we get through to early afternoon, that freezing level will be lifting up towards around 800 metres, particularly on any hill slopes that are in sunlight. As we go through into the evening and the night, a frost will return, particularly in the Highlands, so a cold night to come and a cold start to Sunday morning. Once more, the daytime freezing level will lift to between around 600 and 800 metres through the day. It may just start to drop in northern Scotland later on in the afternoon. That then will lead to another frost widely into Monday morning. The daytime for Monday could just be a bit colder then, with a northerly airflow into Scotland, so the freezing level staying nearer to 600 metres or so here, around 800 metres elsewhere, so the higher tops are staying near or just below freezing point countrywide. A frost overnight and into Tuesday again, and then we have a frontal system coming in from the west. You can just see the wedge of milder air trying to come in across Ireland. That wedge kind of closes up before it really gets into Scotland, which keeps the freezing level fairly low into Tuesday daytime. It may just fluctuate and rise a little bit around the coasts, and in some spots even in the north there may just be a lift for a while, but overall it's soon back down again, and by Tuesday night 800 metres or lower is your typical value, and a bit higher for longer for England and Wales. Later part of the week there may be another push of some milder air trying to come up from the southwest through later Wednesday into Thursday, so a temporary lift at least of freezing level there. And as we roll toward the end of the week, most likely we start to drop things again and we go downwards towards maybe 800 metres again into the weekend. Even some indications as shown here by next Saturday that we could be back down nearer to 600 metres, so scope for cold weather being in that forecast even for the first weekend of March there. In terms of snow cover on the ground, the greater amounts at the moment are across western Scotland, having seen the showers in recent days. A dusting on high tops further eastwards across the Highlands, and a dusting on the tops in England and Wales. Some icy surfaces to be aware of through this weekend and into Monday. Not a great deal changing as we roll this story on. Potential for a few snow showers to come into the north of Scotland through Sunday night. Amounts would be fairly small into the middle of the week, and Tuesday presents the scope for just topping up some snow as a frontal system comes through across the Highlands. Again, amounts looking relatively small, it must be said at this stage. Some thawing as we saw that lift of temperature through Thursday, and maybe we just start to fill something back in again by the time we reach the end of the week. A lot will depend exactly on the weather pattern by this stage. This is the weather pattern that we'll find by the start of the new week. This is Monday's chart, and we've got low pressure over the near continent, and it could be that this is the sort of pattern that's trying to become established more even into early March as well, with lower pressure focusing further south. We have a ridge of high pressure further to the north, giving a fine day for most on Monday, lightest winds across the Highlands. We do have a returning westerly flow though as we head through Monday night into Tuesday. That's bringing that frontal system in from the Atlantic to give some fresh snowfalls for a while, some rain at lower elevations as that front passes through. A ridge of higher pressure has a go at building on Wednesday. There may be one or two showers left, and we're not too far from the next frontal system coming in from the Atlantic. That's just trying to bring some of that milder air as we were seeing. Some patchy rain and some snow on the high tops as that system does just run in. It could be that rain falls to higher levels then with that for a while. Low pressure is still fairly dominant though across the country in the later part of the week, so areas of showers, some more organised rain and some hill snow in the mix as well. It could be quite a complicated picture exactly with the detail, but the general sense of low pressure circulating around the country as a whole. And then that tries to pull further southwards, so what I was saying at the start of this sequence, that low pressure could end up being back toward the south, that looks to be a theme around next weekend. Higher pressure existing to the north. There is uncertainty just how this sort of pattern plays out, but that does at least allow us to stay on the chillier side of some weather patterns. High pressure would be then across the Baltic and eastern parts of Europe as we go into the start of the week from the 4th of March, with lower pressure away to the south and possibly southwest, just circulating around. So we're in a sort of more blocked weather pattern, but it just depends whether we're more influenced by the high to the east or the low to the west in terms of the exact weather that we get, but at least should be preventing too much being drawn in with too much strength from the Atlantic. And it could be that that pattern prevails even onwards into mid-March, where high pressure is further north, lower pressure systems are somewhat further south, and if anything the wind flow could turn more easterly. Again, there'll be uncertainty if this pattern does just plan out as shown here, but it does look as though we would keep on the chillier side of an airflow at that time, and if high pressure does go somewhat even more northwest of us, then there's the scope to drag in more of a northeasterly type further through March. So a suggestion there that we could just hold on to those colder wintry type patterns further through the new month. A variable week ahead at least. Stay up to date with all your local information on our website. That is your winter planner for today. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.